are you? Let me know if you guys can hear the mic. That's one thing I got to remember. Can you hear the dang mic? Let's see, make sure I am on live chat. Make sure I'm actually here on this. Wait, turn that completely off. How are you guys? Welcome in. It is Strange Conversations. There, we're going to see if it's actually working. Yo, Danny, can you hear me? Let me know. Does it work? I have the mic on. Yes, thank God. I actually did it properly. Sometimes, you know, tech is a damn challenge for me. So where to go? Okay, I got all my stuff up here. Boop. Good morning. Good morning. It is Strange Conversations time, guys. Time for us to get our coffee. I don't have coffee. I really kind of need it. I got water. Sound is good. Yeah, I decided to use it today because they're doing construction outside. Always, it's a constant. It's a constant. There's always construction and noise from outside, and I have the windows open. It's going to be warm today in New York City. I don't know. Mother Nature be playing. And I still have a little bit of a hoarse throat or hoarse voice. I'm not trying to sound like anything. It's just what it is. Hey, Zabados, Paul, good to see you. Patricia, Christina, yay. Dave in Bangor, welcome in. William in Brooklyn. How is everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well. Let me make sure that this is well. Look, I got to use this thing. Hang on a minute. Make sure that we've got it on a live chat. We want it on live chat. Anyway, welcome in today, guys. How is everyone doing? It's Tuesday. Tuesday already. Damn. I can't believe it. God, the dredged V word. V word? What's the V word? What's the V word? Did I miss it? I swear to God, sometimes I'm really slow. Hi, JC Droid. Hello, good morning. Anyway, as we all come in here, get our stuff, get our coffee, get settled, we gonna have a little chit chat. Hey, Fafo, what you doing? Oh, vertical. Come on. It's only like this. Yo, I'm now walking. Y'all can handle the vertical this way. The only thing is that the mods usually, and you know what? I don't know why I always forget this, but I know that I can go on here and set it for subscriber only of like a certain amount of minutes. Why don't I do that? Because I forget. I got to change that. But anyway, hi, Rachel. Fafo's always causing trouble. He always is. He's a troublemaker, but we all know that. Anyway, we got a good topic today, I think. Paul, I don't know what that means. I don't know what the hell that means. Mad Monk, good morning, sunshine. Hello. Welcome in, Lisa UK. I know I'm gonna hear it from the mods, but hey, whatever. It's what it is. I mean, I guess maybe let me see. I don't think I can change the settings though. Let me see. Let me see if I can be all, because I don't do it from my laptop. I do it from my phone. Let's go in here. Hang on a moment. By the way, are you guys doing good? Are you having a good Tuesday? Yo, you do music requests? No, David, I don't. Does it say music on here? I don't think so. I don't think it says music. Why are you asking that? That's so crazy. I'm going to put this in this one. Okay, we'll do that. We'll save it. And then let's hear blip, blip, blip. Oh, la, 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 la. Hang on a minute. Okay, it's not that chit chat I want. Slow mode, don't want that. No, I don't. Participant mode, subscribers. Ah! Okay. I did it. I feel very smart. Okay, so everybody, I got it on subscriber mode only. 5 minutes or longer. So if y'all want to be a troll, got to be here for 5 minutes, okay? How about that? Hi, Phyllis. How are you doing? Nista, hey there. Classy Coco, welcome in. Emmanuel, welcome in. Really enjoyed your Dragon Fest stream. Missed it, so been watching replay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that didn't take long. I know. I fixed it. Okay, RFD, we got it handled. So anyway, yeah, that Dragon stream, I can't believe that we couldn't get any food. I know. Oh my God, it is Taco Tuesday. I got to remember that. Okay, so we have to remember that it is Taco Tuesday. I don't have my lights on, but that's okay. We can still see the yell. Anyway, today's topic, are you a tourist or are you a tour guide in your own city? Do you actually live in your city? That is the topic of conversation today. Why? I don't know. Joe and I were talking about it, and I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was a good question because a lot of people, Nista's a crazy sister. Yeah, I know. It's like a hoarse voice at night. It kicks up. It kicks up at night. And so all morning, all I'm doing is trying to get my voice back. We both know a great tour guide. Yeah. Is that Joe? Anyway, I think it's a really good question. And I think it's a good idea for people to maybe ask themselves this question because, you know, I don't think people necessarily do things in and around their city and stuff. And we get actually, this is mentioned to us no matter where we've lived. And Joe and I have moved across the Midwest to the East Coast, excuse me for the voice, so many times. I swear to God, I sometimes feel like we're a little, family of gypsies because we're like travelers. We're like nomads almost. You're a guide. Good to know, Patricia. I think I know more about NYC than Trinidad, says Din Din. It's possible. It all depends on where it lies and stuff. But wherever we've lived, um, we always tried to do whatever was around the area, get out beyond our own house, our own neighborhood, or maybe even explore our own neighborhood a little bit more. We always have done that, and people will tell us, oh my God, you guys know more about my hometown, their hometown, than they do. We did when we lived in Minnesota, people were shocked to know we lived in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. And we would always go to the cities. I was very involved in the community of that area as well. But we lived there for 15 years, but we would always go to St. Paul, Minneapolis. We would always go, northeast Minneapolis. We would go to St. Paul. We would go to what's called the Hmong Village. The Hmong Village actually is like a marketplace, but a lot of people had never heard of it. And it's been there for decades. And it was a great place to go and find some local, authentic, Hmong, Thai, all that Vietnamese kind of food. It was really, really good. This is true, as everyone tends to just get caught up in daily life where you live and miss out on the enjoyment. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Lisa, UK. Next stop is Atlantic City, Emmanuel. Wonderful. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of talking about. Like, do you actually turn into a tourist or a tour guide? And your city, like, so if people come in, are you going to be the person they're going to turn to find out what's going on? And how do you do that? We've moved a lot. So for us, it's always been reinventing the wheel. We always have to find out what to do in the area. There was a time when we were much younger. Shh, we're not that old, are we? When we were much younger. No, we've never lived in Chicago. We lived in Michigan, Indiana. We lived in the Detroit metro, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Ohio area, and then where else do I live? South of the Metro Detroit, Indiana. Oh, and then Minneapolis and Minnesota. That's where we lived. We've been to Chicago a couple of times. Yeah, we've been there and stuff. But right. Like, so before we used to be like, okay, I don't know, during the era of the mall, that was like the big thing. You went to the mall. You didn't know what else to do. You went to the mall. There might have been a couple of festivals that you knew about, and then you might have gone to those, but you didn't do anything else beyond it. And that was our whole, I don't know, our whole dating life, our whole, that kind of thing. Our whole first part when we were married and Josh was super young. We really didn't go that extra step. Can't stay long. I'm new to you. I'm watching from Cape Cod. Wonderful styling one. Thank you. Good morning, Walt Money. Yeah, so like we wouldn't really get out involved in the area, do anything too much. It was, you just did the standard stuff. Like you would you take a weekend or a day trip to a place, but it wasn't for anything specific. And it was very few and far between. And pretty much every weekend, every week kind of turned into the same thing. You just like would do, you know, wash, rinse, repeat kind of thing. And that's how we lived. And you know what? It got very, very boring. It got so incredibly boring. So then how do you change that? Well, I don't know. I mean, I started trying to find out what was happening in the area. Hey, Treaton, how are you? I started trying to figure out where can I find out what's happening in the area. I think it really pretty much I felt like when we lived in the Metro Detroit, that's where we're from. Sorry, I just touched the mic. That's where we're from. I don't feel like I actually did it there. Like I knew that you'd go to certain areas, but I didn't know what was happening. And I'm assuming that there was stuff happening because there had to be. I just didn't know about it. But when we moved to Minnesota after a number of moves, I decided to get kind of involved in the community, with my son's school. And then I got a job working at a newspaper. And then I really started seeing all the different things that can be happening. And I was like, why am I not going to this stuff? That sounds so cool. Hi, LJ Jackson, Dahlia Rose. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Leela. Yeah. And then I thought, why in the hell am I not taking part in this stuff? It could be cool. And even if it wasn't cool, why not? Styling One says we would walk down Main Street in Hyannis during the summer. It's a blast. They even have a few Sundays they would close down the street and party. See, now that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes people don't even know that. They don't know that there's possibly something happening. It could be something as simple as a mini little like tulip fest that was like in Union Square. There are things that happen in all these different cities across the US and wherever you are in the world, but you may not know about them because you're just not, I don't know, paying attention to them or seeking them out. So I'm going to give you a couple tips on what I do to figure out what's happening because I would like to live in my city or in the area around it that I am. I mean, I like to be able to experience things because sometimes it'll surprise you and you'll be like, damn, that was cool. It was so cool. You know, one thing I've done is always look for the local newspapers. Now, I know because I worked for them. The newspaper industry is it's kind of done. It's seen its thing. It's on the shiz. It's like it's swirling. I get it. They're still trying to figure it out. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to make money, how they're going to reach their readers. I get it. It's so easy to miss things on your own doorstep. For real. It really, really is. Because like I said, like you guys mentioned, you get mired down in the day-to-day. Oh, I know. Sometimes you don't want the crowds, but sometimes there's a lot of things that can be happening that don't really entail crowds. It doesn't always have to be a street festival. But I always say look to the local newspaper. And a lot of times local newspapers will have their events, specifically their events online for free. Sometimes they have a little barricade, like if you want a subscription, here you go. But for almost all the time, they will have something there for free. And for the most part, I think a lot of newspapers, because I've worked for them, I keep touching the mic, they allow you to post events for free. I mean, for me, sometimes just finding out the garage sales, well, here it's called the stoop sales. Those are cool because you don't ever know what you're going to find. Sometimes just a day of garage sailing takes you to some other place and then you find a little restaurant that you never knew of. Sometimes you just got to step outside and do some crazy, stupid thing like that, Hi there, Michelle King. Every day in the big city, change happens, draws us to the city. True. Very, very true. Always check those. Our local one here, this is specifically for the Upper West Side of Manhattan, is called, get this, the West Side Rag. Just type in westsiderag.com. It takes you to the newspaper. And one of the big things it says, events this week. I always check out the events to see what's happening because you never know. There are times where they have Not the Shakespeare in the Park, but a different Shakespeare in the Park. And even though it's not as good as the one at the Delacorte, which by the way is closed this season, it's still something interesting to go check out because it's people getting together and taking part in something as a community. I think it's cool. You love thrifting, Carl? I know, I do too. If your local cable has an article block, click the link and immediately turn on airplane mode. Oh, it does. RFD, I never knew that. A garage sale equals bring someone else's garbage into my house. No, it does not. There are people, when I did my garage sales, people would flock. They would be like, oh my God. Because you want to know why? We had good stuff, especially when we were moving to the city. We had KitchenAid mixer. We had tons of stuff. Bowling balls, all the kind of sports gear. For real. For real. For real. Another thing here to check out, if you guys are coming to the New York area or you live in New York City, is Secret NYC. That's another website. They will post random, just the oddball kind of events that are happening, such as Tulip Day NYC. That's where it was originally. We have a Connect August, Augusta, and a Connect Columbia County on Facebook. Yes, that's another way is Facebook groups, Facebook events. You can actually go to your Facebook page, type in Facebook events, okay, and then it will say near me. And you can pick a city and you'll find out what events might be happening. It's kind of cool. Here in New York, I mean, actually, Time Out is based out of, I think, the UK, but they have different cities. That Time Out magazine, which they don't print as many, they used to be passing those out at the subway. I remember when we first moved here, it was like every Tuesday, I think it was every Tuesday, a Time Out magazine would be issued and you can go pick up a copy for free at the subway stations. People were passing them out. Now that printing is expensive and they don't want to do that, they do it all online pretty much. And Time Out NYC is a great place to do it. They even have a Time Out market here, all of that, places to go to. But they always will host what's good for today. You could type in things on Time Out NYC of free things to do in New York City. Things like that. Hey Brad, how are you? Hi Lois Campbell, good to see you. I always love doing that. And every so often when I'm like, honestly, when I feel like I'm in a rut sometimes doing my channel, I will just be like, all right, Angela, when was the last time you looked at the events? And then you have to go through it. What happens in April events? Google it for real. I mean, you can always ask friends and family, but I think Facebook events are great. Meetup, you look up Meetup, you can actually find events and clubs that are in your area. Eventbrite's another one. Now, I will tell you, Eventbrite, for the most part, are going to be ticketed or events that cost money. So I don't do a ton of like that because unless they'll have things like, oh, it's the Rib Fest. And how much is the Rib Fest? The Rib Fest would probably, something like that. It'd be like $30 admission to come in and you get, I don't know, 2 tickets. It's just, for me, not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm not a big fan of like ticketed events or ticketed pop-ups where people want to go and they're going to have the Titanic experience or the Alice in Wonderland experience. If you want to go to that, go ahead. But I feel like those are becoming very common and stuff. Oh no, Lois, on Easter Sunday, your husband had a stroke. I'm so sorry, Lois. Oh no, I hope he gets better. My son had one in January and he's recovering well, so I'm going to wish him well. Hi, Rhonda, how are you? Aloha from Hollywood, Florida. Yes. So, I do try to steer clear of those just because I feel like it's always lacking. You know what I mean? I really, really do. Apparently Twitter and Instagram. Now, I'm going to be honest. I am not a very big Twitter person. Instagram, kind of like this. I was for a while on Instagram, and then I kind of go, I don't know. They have a motorcycle ride to raise money for our soldiers. People on set waiting for them to ride by. Over 1,000 motorcycles drive by. Everyone has flags. That's so cool. Like events like that to me are so cool. I love that. I love that. Liz Costa says she lives in Hawaii. You used to work as a cashier across the beach. So beautiful. So go beaches. So much food trucks like shrimp. Yes. Like just doing that, doing a day of like food trucking, right? That's so cool. I love that because it gets you out of your house. It gets you out of your normal. Because we got into the point of like every weekend was cut the grass, do the lawn, take care of the yard, clean the house, catch up on this. And then by the time you wanted to go do anything, it was over. Happy post solar eclipse to all who celebrated. How many people were actually, that's another thing. Don't be a twit on Twitter. Don't be a poop head. Don't be a poop head emoji. That's for sure. Yes, Lois, he probably will. But you know what? He'll be. I'll just keep sending you prayers. There's a food truck festival in Falmouth during the summer too. Wow, where is that at? Where is that styling one? What area? I would love to know. I love the food truck festivals and stuff. I really do. Or like, and come on, we all know that every darn town city has some kind of event or festival. I don't know if it's a mayfly festival, a ladybug festival, a strawberry festival, or even if it's like a lemon festival. There's always I actually like the theme festivals because that's like how many things with lemons can you see? All those kids who had the day off yesterday should have to write an essay about it and how they felt about the eclipse. Oh, Cape Cod. I was wondering if that was the Cape Cod area. That would be cool to go to. I would love that. Yeah, like the eclipse, they had a lot of events in and around the city. I know that the Museum of Natural History, that had a huge thing. Lots of stuff. I'm sure there was stuff out by what is that park called? Over in Queens. I can never remember it. I swear to God, I forget it all the time. But they had stuff over there. I chose to go over to Roosevelt Island. They even had a little thing going on over there, but it's a cool space to get out, experience that, because then you're doing it with other people. And you know what? Honestly, you don't know who you're going to meet. You honestly don't. You might be meeting your next best friend and you don't even know it. For real. You know? The Tulip Festival, that Tulip Day NYC, that was a super cool event. I thought it was so like such a nice spring thing to do. Everybody seemed to be in a great mood. I mean, they were getting free flowers and such, but everybody was in a good mood. Nobody was cranky, even though they had to wait. I'm sure that line got bigger and bigger and bigger. As a judge, we never got Eclipse Day off. Yeah, I think the Eclipse Day, everybody was expecting it to go dark. And I've been through a couple of different eclipses and it never goes dark. This Sunday, we're going to Plymouth to watch a band that plays all Queen music. Oh, tickets were cheap, but now have gone up. We have second. Oh my God. That would be fabulous styling. That sounds like a lot of fun. Our schools had floor planning, let the kids off the bus at the exact moment of the eclipse. Good thing it was a bust. Oh my God. It was completely dark in Cleveland, kind of spooky. Really? Maybe I haven't been part of a whole one. It gets to me, everyone I've ever experienced, it's like dusk. Like, kind of like, I don't know if anybody's ever been to Alaska, but they have this period of time where they have like the white nights, whatever they call it, white nights, whatever it is. But it's like in the winter, they get like maybe 1 hour of sun, 1 or 2 hours of sun. And my sister lives in Alaska, so I've been there. But they get like it's like this deeper twilight kind of thing happening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's spooky. It's kind of weird because you come out of the bar, it's still kind of light, not really. But in the winter, it's dark. In the summer, you'll have these things of like it's daylight almost or twilight almost all the time. I was lucky to see Jimmy Buffett in concert before he passed. I will always cherish his music. That's cool. It was dark. Nighttime hit without warning. My fiance had off. He said the birds all landed on the ground. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw your comment. That's cool. I have to go check out some of the videos because to me that sounds like insanely cool. But yeah, like what are some things that you guys do around your area? Like where do you go, to go have fun or like what's something that happens? I mean, like even just the simplest thing is like the farmers market, I think is cool because it gets you out, you go do something, it's like a little event. I don't even know why, but I love that. Like doing like I like to go to all the different farmers markets if I can, the flea markets, even if they're kind of ratty. I mean, for real, a flea market is like you leave Cleveland to have fun? Really? We would always drive into Cleveland for a while. Like, does a Cleveland still have the flats? Because I've lived in Cleveland. Like, I lived on the outskirts of Cleveland. I lived um Amherst. That's where I lived. Hey, Christopher, what's up? Coming to NYC in May, maybe long weekend shopping trip, Strand's book. Oh my God, you could get lost in Strand's book. How many times can you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I've only gone once. I only went once. And I think we went there. I think I went there when I was visiting my friend, not even when I lived there. Hi, Octavia. Good to see you. I only went there one time. But we would go to different things, I guess. I mean, even when we lived in Ohio, we really didn't go to too many things. I felt like I just didn't know about them. Like, of course, we'd go to Cedar Point because that was like, I don't know, a half hour away, 40 minutes away from where we lived. And then we would go to like certain local festivals, like Amherst would have what was called the Woolly Bear Festival, but that was in the fall. What did you say? Hang on a minute. Oh wait, I got it on my computer here. I'm yes, they have the flats still. Not a huge drinker, so it's still just like a drinking area. The flats, like a bar area. Danny D says she's going to go to Chicago next Thursday to Sunday. Can't wait, even though I've been there a couple of times. Oh, that's always fun. Yeah, Cedar Point's fun, but the thing, like you said, like we've all said, like Cedar Point, you have to pay. And what we would do because we were local is we would get like a season pass. And Josh was little, so he could just go for free. If we had to pay for an entire family, I couldn't imagine. I try to support mom and pop retailers as long as they're good. Now, I have to say that with a caveat. I have to say that with a little disclaimer. Mom and pop retailers are great as long as they're good and they provide service and they're doing something that's kind of like unique or whatever, things like that. I love that. Now, if you're going to have like there is a chocolate store up by the university, Columbia, and it looks like it'd be cute. And I've walked into a couple of them that were over in Brooklyn and Queens and stuff, different places like that. You think it'd be cute. It's a little place, should be run by a family. You'd think it'd be good. And then you walk in there and it's a damn shit show. I'm just telling you like it is. They don't take care of it. They just figure we've been struggling. We've been doing this for this many, and they love to put the placard up there. They've been doing it for, I don't know, 50, 60, 100 million years. But it sucks, and they've been living on their name. So as long as the mom and pop shops are good and they're like a hidden gem and I like them and they provide good service and good product, all for it. All for it. I'm dying to go back. Yeah. Do they really have to be a mom and a pop or is it okay if they don't have kids? Yeah, they can just have dogs, cats. They can have plants. I don't care. We have in the summer street performers, fringe theater, and folk festival. Very cool, Rachel. I love that. Oh, yep. Danny's traveling to see her big brother. That's awesome. I love that. You're traveling. You're getting to go out. You're going to go see stuff. That's great. So yeah, that was kind of my little idea today. Is just talk about that. What are you guys going to do this weekend? Is there anything happening? You know what I mean? Like what happened? Like Joe and I will sit there and think, what haven't we done? What kind of weather is happening? What should we do? And sometimes we literally go and be a tourist in our own city. We'll go visit little bitty tchotchke shops, because sometimes those are fun. I want to see what the tourist is looking at too. What what are they seeing when they come into my city or in my area and stuff? Because that's kind of cool. Maybe like if you have friends that come in, they can see that, but then you can show them something else. You're going to Secaucus, New Jersey with some friends this weekend. Very cool. Love that. If you lived in NYC, I would hardly ever be home on the weekend. It's hard. Honestly, being home on the weekend is like randomly rare. Once in a while, we'll do it and we'll stay in the neighborhood or we'll go to the park. We go down to Riverside or Central Park. But for the most part, as you guys see, we are trying to find something new and whatever. And that's kind of been like how this channel started too. We were always on the run, always on the move, trying to figure out what can we do? What's going to be fun? What's going to be interesting? I like being a tourist, but I can be a tour guide if I have to be. Oh, yeah. Tour guide is fun. It's kind of fun. But the whole thing with a tour guide, I will tell you this, I never know how the tourist that's with me is going to take it. Some people will think, like I would think it's super, super cool, but maybe the person that's with me that I'm taking around would be like, this is dumb. So I kind of have to know what their expectations are. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they won't like it. Maybe they will. So I try to think about that. Like being home is so damn boring. Yeah, that's like adulting, right? Which I do have to do today. I don't want to do it. I like to find things to do, then stay home all the time. Yeah. I love university pub nights in my computer science days. That was a fun Friday evening. Ooh, yes. Hey, Gail, how are you? The tourist gets DVD handed to them in Times Square by Connors asking for a donation. Oh my God, we aren't doing that. For real. No. That is the thing. A tour guide will tell you the little things on your area that you need to know. Like, don't look at them. If they're trying to hand you a bracelet from a monk, a CD or DVD from somebody that says they're an artist, we're like this. You focus here. You don't look at them. You don't go, yeah, no, no. You just keep it walking. Keep it straight. Just keep fake Buddhist monks, right? I don't know why we get so many of those. We have so many. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. I try to keep these pretty short so everybody can think about something. Just kind of let it ruminate, populate. I don't know. Do that. It's a little warm here in the apartment. I don't want to have to get the air conditioner out yet. I think I'm going to have to go take a walk around my neighborhood. Be a tourist in my own city. All right, guys. Have a good Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow for a walk. Bye.